Vice President of Shoot for the Stars Incorporated. I was the varsity basketball coach, boys basketball coach at Ben Franklin High School for 28 years, where we had a very successful program. We won several championships. We put 3 players in the NBA. Myself, along with our president, Mr. Wally Jones, who played for the Philadelphia 76ers, the Detroit Pistons, the Milwaukee Bucks, and the Utah Stars. Together, we travel all over the country, all over the Caribbean, and also Europe, and we do human development and peer leadership training. Human development and peer leadership training is teaching young people how to react and interact in our social world, and our whole program is centered around something we call the academic action plan. The team consists of the child's teacher, the child, and the parent, and someone from Shoot for the Stars. And each child has its own academic action team, and the whole situation is centered around the academic action plan. We realize that it's much more to coaching and playing than just the sport itself. Many of the decisions and the other situations that are made on a field or on a court are the same decisions off the court. And we actually have developed it into a science, and we call it basketballology. And basketballology, again, is using your skills and your decision-making processes and the other things that you use in your other subjects in school. You use the same methods on the court or on the field because it's a science. The Philadelphia Franklin Institute, they were going to develop a program where the science of athletics in 1983, and what they did was they came and got me and my staff to come down to the Franklin Institute and give demonstrations about just how scientific basketball and sports are. We have taken our program all over, and we have tracked and charted much of our success as to how our students, their grades have improved greatly, their attitudes have improved greatly. And I guess the best track record that we have is at a situation we had at the Los Angeles Sports Academy. We have recently a partnership with the Philadelphia Youth Development Corporation, Coach Kelly, and they do a great job with the youth here, mainly in West Philadelphia. And Shoot for the Stars, along with PYDC, have given a clinic. We had one at Haddington and a training at Haddington not too long ago. We also have some other activities planned to do with our partnership with PYDC. We have partnered with the 76ers. We recently were there at their 50th anniversary celebration that they had us down, and they had our families, and we presented our program to them, and we're hoping that they help sponsor our programs in the schools. We have had many celebrities and big-time athletes who have worked with us in our program because they think it's such a good idea and they like to work with the youth, and also they just love to work with Wally Jones, who he played with many of these people, and I have coached with, for, and against, and played with many of these people. I would particularly say everybody that came through Philadelphia in the last 40 years has somehow either worked with or interacted with our Shoot for the Stars program. Rasheed Wallace, Randy Woods, Aaron McKee. These are all different people who we had many of them as youth who were in our program who came back as clinicians and trainers because they appreciated what we had done for them when they were young people. I think there were something like 60 NCAA female scholarships came out of DBL, and I was fortunate enough to work with those young ladies and get involved with Vivian Stringer and Pat Summitt and some of the other greats in female basketball. And our program is both for men and women, boys and girls, and we have had quite a few, like I say, experiences with both the boys and the girls, and we've had quite a few great experiences, and some of our boys and girls both have moved on and done some pretty nice things in athletics. Our program has been featured in many of the national publications, both TV and radio, Sports Illustrated, all the Philadelphia local newspapers, the New York Times, the LA Times, the Sacramento Bee, the Miami Herald, the Indianapolis newspapers. We see Shoot for the Stars in the next our 5-year plan is to going into the schools and presenting our program and creating what we call all-stars of the students to self-esteem and the other issues that our students have today. But we definitely want to go into the schools because most of the major cities are closing schools. And what we have our educational program where we want to go into the schools and so that the kids have a different attitude and feel about their schools and about themselves. And so we see Shoot for the Stars as being a vehicle to go into education at a time when many schools are closing, many educational programs lack funding, and that's where we see Shoot for the Stars to go in and fill that void. In closing, this is Ken Hamilton, Vice President of Shoot for the Stars, which is a charitable nonprofit corporation, again, that is very interested in going and dealing with the youth today because we feel that is the major issue that we need to deal with today.
Don't let anyone call you anything but your name, because there's something in a name. Respect yourself, respect the ladies around you. Respect yourself as a young man, respect the ladies around you. And all you'll have is respect. There's something in a name. Your name and the name that you carry and you give away. That's a message from your own Susan Summons, the motivational doctor, also joining Wally Jones, Shoot for the Stars, for the last 25 years, spreading messages of hope all around the world. Messages of hope, praise, and positive.